People hear nothing you said except for the empty chair.
That is hilarious.
Well,
yes.
Let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome, family. It's another opportunity to catch up with one of your favorites. We've got him in the studio. Chukwemeka. I could call him Chukwemeka. Call him, giving him names now. Chukwemeka is in the studio. Don't you as Ebuka Songs. What's happening?
Such an honor, sir. Such a great time to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you. So let's get into this now. I want to be serious, but I want to have some fun because, you know, I know you're a very serious man. A lot of your fans don't even think you go to bed or eat. They think all you do is pray. Let me go straight in. What shocked you the most about the morning you went viral? Who was the first person you called?
Okay, so I remember that very day. The night where I uploaded one of the videos on YouTube that went viral, it was one of my brothers who uploaded it for me because I really didn't know how to even operate the YouTube stuff. So when I woke up the morning and I put on my phone and the notification was crazy, you know, and I'm like, what's going on? I was starstruck for like some moment. Everybody like, who is this guy? Where is he from? Did he just come out from anywhere? Where has he been? You know? And then I was in the house, actually, my parents and everybody, and I was telling my dad, I'm seeing myself everywhere. My dad is not a social media person, actually, so he doesn't really know what all of that means. I'm like, I'm seeing myself everywhere, like my songs, my videos, they are on blogs, they are like everywhere. And my dad everybody was amazed in the house. And I called my friend, my brother who uploaded the video for me on YouTube. I was like, we just uploaded this stuff and look at what God is doing already. You know, I was so amazed. But the beautiful part of this thing was that, you know, I've always desired to be a blessing to the world.
Right.
So as much as it came as a shock to me, I wasn't much surprised that God was going to do with my life to the nation because this had been my daily declarations.
So outside of dad and mum and family, who was the first person you'd pick up the phone to call to say, hey, wait.
Actually, one of my closest friend and brother is Steve Hills. Yeah, so he's been one of my, closest growing up, and we've been doing the music ministry, back to back, so he was the first person I called, and I was like, bro, go check my YouTube channel, go see what's happening there, go see the comments, go see it.
Okay, now true or false, you'd never sang in church before God told you to reach the nations through music?
Actually, I've never ministered. I was not even in the choir. I've always been a lover of football, so I never had any business to be in the church.
Wow.
In the church choir, but I'd only just been a lover of God, going to doing all stuff in the church, student department, to the youth church. I never imagined I was gonna do music, professionally. I never imagined that.
So talk about football. What team do you support?
Chelsea. Chelsea has always been. My dad is a Chelsea fan. Everybody has the Chelsea fan. So
okay.
Blues for life.
He'd be born again someday. Okay, the first time a church flew you out with police escort, because of course the kind of life you have now, some people don't understand that sometimes in some territories there's a need for some of the escorts you have here. But the first time it happened, and you had police escorts and the SUVs, what thoughts were running through your mind as you sat in that? What were you
Trust me, I can't even lie. I was trying to compose myself because I wasn't used to that life. First of all, I was like, God, could this be me? Like it was really mind blowing. Actually, that I remember the very first day. The moment I landed at the airport and I saw the protocols on suit and everybody, I'm like, what's going on here? Because I wasn't really used to this stuff. The police security, everybody trying to compose, and then I had to put myself together. So I'm like, are you gonna have like a big boy today? It was really amazing. Yeah.
So okay, let's move to a more personal thing. The empty chair on Instagram post.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
First of all, for those who don't know what that is, you have to explain what that is. And was it just fun, or was it prayer in disguise? And Ebuka, is there in them somewhere that we don't know about? Are you taken?
Oh my God, I'm actually taken by the Lord.
Okay, he's taken by the Lord. So, my sisters, you can follow after the Lord.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so the Instagram post. Explain for those who are not familiar and who are now going to go to your page. Explain what it was and what it was about.
Okay, so the empty chair post has really been one of the posts that has caused a lot of interaction on my page. So this particular Sunday, I was in church, and after service, I was going through social media, and I saw my brother who just got married with his wife in service that day. Both of them, they were in service, and they held their hands together. You know, they were sitting down, they were praying. And then I was sitting in front seat too, but you know, the next seat beside me, I was wishing and desiring. It was actually a sincere prayer that day. And after service, I just told one of my brothers, I said, take me a picture so that this will serve as a reminder very soon. I don't want to mention the year because I don't know when, but I know very soon. So that was like a sincere prayer for me, you know, trusting God for my own prayer partners.
Okay, I'm not going to sweat you anymore. I'm going to leave you alone, right? But something a bit more serious, a bit touchy for some people. I remember a couple of experiences ago, a press conference in Lagos, and I remember the press going inundating your friend and brother Moses and asking him, Ebuka, after Aporo he'd done his thing of jumping on stage, and I remember having a long conversation with Pastor Paul Adifarson about that. Actually, what would you say was one thing that you feel most people misunderstood about the Moses Bliss Spotlight Nation story, and what would you want to set straight yourself?
Okay, so this is a beautiful question, and I must really appreciate this. You know, one of the things I got to understand in life, growing, you know, through this little stage that I've been through, is a lot of people have the opinion to themselves when they don't really know exactly what's going on in closed doors, you know. And people like to take their own take of story somehow. Maybe if I'm your favorite person, you don't need to know whether I'm right or wrong. You just want to stand by me. So basically, Moses Bliss is such an amazing man of God that I always loved, you know, and I still love him so dearly to my heart, and he knows. So separation is one thing that is bound to happen most places, you know, but doesn't mean that if I have to separate, meaning that you're an enemy or you're no longer friend. Moses Bliss is a mentor, somebody I admire. There's a lot God is doing in his ministry that I admire, and I'm glad that I was part of, you know, most of the things that God has been doing in my life. He was also part. You know, I'm very glad. The experience that day, you know, when I was doing the press speech, you know, there were a lot of senior ministers, senior people, and I was trying to just be at my best. So mentioning, because I know one of the things a lot of people said was I didn't mention Moses Bliss, I mentioned this. So I didn't have plans to mention anybody's name there. I was just going to give like a speech to appreciate. And sincerely from my heart, you know, that day I was just, you know, sometimes you could just be in a fix where whatever comes to your mind is what, you know, you say, and that minute that was what really happened. You know, there were other ministers there too that are also senior colleagues to me that I didn't mention them, not because I didn't want to. So it had nothing to do personal. It was just a flow, you know, it was just a personal flow. Yeah.
Oh, you heard it. Okay. Leave him alone. All right. Finish this sentence for your fans, your disciples, your followers.
Yeah.
I am not the best singer. I'm just
a boy helped by God. So I always say that I'm not really the best, I'm not perfect, but you know, I'm just one boy God has shown mercy. So I don't know the exact word where you picked it from, but you know, I'm always that boy that always the posture of my heart is always everything I am whatever I am, God made me. So I may not be the best, not perfect, but I'm just one boy God has shown mercy.
Okay, so finally, Ebuka, if you were to write a letter to a younger you who was hiding because of shame or insecurities about some things, what would you say in that letter to him?
So my first heading will be the scripture that says, "Be anxious for nothing, but by prayer and supplication let your requests be made known unto the Lord." A lot of people hide because of fear of the unknown. You have no idea of what the future looks like, but you're already scared. You don't want to take those steps. It is a risk not to take the step. It is a big risk not to take the step. So if I'm going to write to the younger me, I'm going to say, rise up and take that step. There's so much ahead of you. Yeah.
Rise up and take that step. So Ebuka, any DMs that come, especially for those who want to fill the chair next to you, should we just let them know that there's management that see your there's protocol that see your so if you're gonna DM him, know that it's gonna be read by other people. All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much, sir. Such an honor. Thank you. Wow.